What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another review video. Big shout out goes out to Gyroor for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric scooters. This is the C1 Plus model. Now, this is like the fourth time I've worked with this brand, and I've reviewed almost the whole complete line of these scooters, and this particular scooter is very specific. I call this the Storage King. Now, this specific scooter is really meant more for having pets and having a place to carry them, but since I don't have a pet, to me this is more of like a shopping type scooter. In this review, I'm going to go over everything there is to know about this electric scooter. I'm going to talk about the specs, I'm going to do a speed test, a brake test, and I'm going to ride around and talk about the riding experience. Now, since this scooter is not really meant for off-roading and it's more of like a commuter slash riding around with your pets, things like that, I am not at the world famous VoltedAdventures testing ground because there's no need to test the off-road capabilities. There will be chapters down below, so feel free to skip around to whatever part is of interest to you. But first, let's get started with the specs. So what we got here is the Gyroor C1 Plus electric scooter. It features a 650 watt, 1000 watt peak hub motor in the rear, coupled with a 48 volts, 13.5 amp hour battery. This should give you a range of up to 30 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 14-inch tires with nice looking rims, coupled with mechanical brakes with 140mm rotors. In the back of the scooter, we have dual rear shocks for a smooth, comfortable ride. The handlebar stem is adjustable to accommodate different height riders, as well as folding for easy transportation and storage. We have a super comfortable adjustable seat. This scooter has a very large middle basket for shopping or pet travel, as well as a basket in the rear. We have folding foot pegs. That is a nice touch. In the front of the scooter, we have a headlight. That should get the job done. And in the back of the scooter, we have a taillight with an active brake light. That is nice. The total weight of the scooter is 63 pounds with the max load capacity of 300 pounds. And up on the handlebars, we have our rear brake, our half twist throttle, our display with mode selector, and the on-off switch. And on the left side, we have our front brake and a bell. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price of this thing, it is currently going for $599 if I'm not mistaken. Is this thing good value for money? That is exactly what we're going to find out in this review. Now, before we do our speed test, I want to show you the starting procedure. We have this power button, which we have to hold down for a couple of seconds, and the screen will turn on. Hopefully you guys can see the screen well. This scooter has 3 modes actually, and you access them by pressing this M button. We have 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna test out mode 3. This scooter should be able to hit about 18 miles an hour or so. I got my GPS app open and reset. I'll put that in my pocket and let's give it a go. Whoa, very impressive takeoff, that's for sure. For the size of this thing and the size of the motor, it is really good. I'm surprised, and it seems like the scooter is showing 18.8, so it seems like we hit the max speed already. I'm just gonna keep on going till the end of the street to give my GPS app enough time to catch up. That is cool. It reached the top speed very, very quickly. Now let's see what kind of speed we actually got. This is amazing. So we were able to hit 18.9, almost 19 miles an hour, and that is beautiful. I am so excited when I get to review a brand or a product that actually hits the advertised speed and you're getting what you're paying for. That is amazing. And actually our display was showing 18.8, so very, very close. A 0.1 of a mile off. That is one of the closer readings that I've ever seen on a product like this. That is very good to see. So that was our speed test. We hit almost 19 miles an hour, which, to be honest with you, is plenty for this thing. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but when I make these reviews, I look at the product, what the product is designed for, and the money, obviously, and the whole package overall. Now for this thing and what it is, 19 miles an hour I think is plenty. So that's really good. And it actually hit the top speed fairly quick. But anyways, let's jump into our brake test. Now before I start, these are mechanical brakes and they can be adjusted. Another thing is they will only get better with time as they bed themselves in, so keep that in mind. But anyways, let's keep on going and let's choose a mark right here. I guess we'll hit the brakes when we hit this black trash can in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, not bad. So from that trash can to here, we're talking about 10 to 12 feet max. But let's run it one more time. This thing is so low to the ground. It's really fun to ride around on this thing. But anyways, let's give this brake test one more shot over here. I'll try to pay attention to the speed on the scooter, but I'm pretty sure we're at the top speed before, so that is not our black trash can, so nothing to fear. Okay, we're definitely at the top speed already. Hitting the brakes in 3, 2, 1. Oh man, it stops pretty fast. And if I'm not mistaken, we did about the same, maybe half a foot or so better. Again, these things will get better with time, especially as they break in, bed themselves in. And another thing is we didn't even lock the wheels, which means you can probably give the brakes a bit more bite. I left these exactly how they came out of the box. But anyways, that was our brake test. Now let's talk about the brand and the scooter. Gyroor, as I mentioned earlier, I've worked with plenty of times before, and if you guys are interested in that, I'll link all of my review videos of their products in the description. I pretty much reviewed almost this whole line of scooters that they have. And this one is really fun because it has these like foot pegs that stick out on the side like a motorcycle that I showed you in the spec section. And that's a really sweet touch because if you're gonna have your pet right here in the basket area, obviously you don't want to put your legs and feet on your pet. So that's a cool little touch. As far as the riding experience, this thing is actually really fun to ride. It's pretty low to the ground, so you have very low center of gravity. And it goes. It's got plenty of power for that small motor. And I'm really surprised with that. This thing is pretty agile. As I mentioned, low center of gravity and these small tires make for a pretty fun ride. Now, let's see our turnability over here. Our turning radius should be pretty good, I'm assuming. Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty good. This thing is so small. It's pretty fun. Now, one thing that I will say about these Gyroor products is the seat they use is probably by far one of the most comfortable seats I've ever tested, like bike looking seats. This thing is full of foam and it's super nice and comfy, and it will only get better with time. That's the crazy thing about it. So definitely thumbs up for me on the seat. As far as the power department goes, I mean, you're not going to use this thing for that, but look at that. Definitely has a decent amount of power and torque, and that is good to see. Now, who is this scooter for? Obviously you can get it for your kids or whatever to ride around and have some fun in the neighborhood, but the way I view this scooter is it's definitely more for the adult crowd. Obviously a kid can have fun on this thing, but I see it geared towards people that are possibly using a scooter already to get around. Maybe getting around on their feet is a bit harder, so a scooter makes their life easy and they want to take their pet with them or maybe go shopping. This is literally perfect for that. As far as taking this thing into your grocery store, I could try attempting doing that right now, but I'm a younger guy. I got my helmet on. I got a camera recording with red lights on it. They may look at me as, just trying to act like a fool and give me a hard time. So I'm not gonna try to do that right now. But if you had a legitimate reason for using this thing, I don't think they'll give you a hard time taking this into the grocery store. The other scenario I see the scooter being used is, again, for the pet situation. So you want to go for a ride and bring your pet with you, go on a boardwalk, whatever, around the neighborhood. This is perfect for that. Now, because of the size of the basket, I'm obviously talking about, a small to medium sized pet. So keep that in mind. As far as the suspension of this thing, we don't have a front fork, we don't have front suspension, but the rear dual shocks, the very comfortable seat, and the seat actually also has some suspension on it. It feels pretty nice on your back, so you're not hurting your back riding this thing. As far as the battery goes, it's a decent enough size battery for you to get a pretty good distance or range riding this thing. Now, another thing is, on my reviews, I always say that on these electric scooters or e-bikes, if you're passing 25 miles an hour or faster, it feels like you're actually moving and it feels nice, and anything below that is kind of too slow. But this is the first time, and I've reviewed many e-bikes and scooters, this is literally the first time where 18, almost 19 miles an hour feels perfect on it. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels good. Now let's do things I like, things I don't like. Is this thing a good value for money? And we'll give it a rating. Things I like. I definitely like Gyroor as a company. They are, to me, almost like the king of scooters, these types of scooters. They make so many different models, and there's definitely some for you to choose. I like the overall design of this thing, and I like those folding footrests, which obviously is needed here because you're going to be having things in the basket. I love the seat. It is super comfortable, and I like the power on this motor. It's a small motor, but it's got some punch. Now, things I don't like, and honestly, I always try to find at least one thing I don't like. In this case, I honestly was thinking about it the whole time I was riding it. There isn't anything that I don't like about it. There is one thing it's not I don't like it, it's more of I wish it had. I wish it had front suspension. If this thing had front suspension, I think it would be amazing. Now, is this thing good value for money or not? We're talking $5.99, and I will have a link in the description if you guys are interested in this. That takes you directly to this product so you don't get confused, because they do have a bunch of different models. To me, if it had the front suspension, it would be definitely a good value for money. Because it does not have that front suspension, I see it as an okay value for money. This is a very specific use case type of scooter, and I think that's why the price is that price. If this scooter was sub $500, it would be an amazing value for money. $5.99, I give it an okay value for money. Now, what grade / rating am I giving this thing? I will give this scooter a 7.5 out of 10. And the only reason is because it does not have that front suspension. If it had front suspension for the price, again, these ratings are also included with the price, right? So if it did have the front suspension, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. But I think 7.5 is a fair rating for me. Now, I'm pretty sure I went over everything there is to know about this scooter, but in case I missed anything, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer. If I was able to provide you guys with any type of value, I'd highly appreciate it if you left a like on this video. It's free for you and it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more of these reviews, and there are plenty more coming, definitely hit that subscribe button. But that is pretty much it for me, guys. My name is Tom. This has been the Gyroor C1 Plus electric scooter. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.